Happy Transfer Tuesday, the first one of 2024, and this one's pretty exciting. I have so many updates for you guys, including I spent some money on this adult beanbag. This thing is huge and not something I planned on buying, but I didn't spend very much money on it, luckily, so I'll talk about that after this week's transfers. Wow, it's just been a wild week. I hope everyone had a beautiful holiday season and New Year. I took the New Year off, but I do have 2023 financial goals recap video coming, as well as kind of my new monthly budget for 2024. I'm going to be adding a new monthly bill in, which is eek, but also decreasing some of my annual expenses. So I'm excited to go through all that with you guys. But for this week, holy cannoli. Start at the beginning. First of all, my tenant in my rental property was supposed to move out at the end of December. She has requested a 1-month extension. She wants to stay through January. So I said, fine, as long as the housing authority is a-okay with paying rent for one more month. Totally fine. I have been talking with the rental marketing team in my property management team, and we were discussing what to advertise my rental property at for rent going forward. So my tenant's been in a 2-year lease. So for the last 2 years, my tenant's been paying $734 a month. And the marketing team sent me over a current rental analysis. Rent growth has certainly increased over the last 2 years. So now fair market value for my rental property is $1,000 a month. That's very evenly in the middle of current median rent for Kansas City, Missouri. So that's a very happy increase that I'm certainly okay with. I don't know if we'll find a tenant at that amount exactly or how long that will take. Obviously, these things happen. Vacancies need to be prepared for, and I am, of course. So wow, that's exciting news for the year ahead. If I can get a tenant in bringing that much more money. Yeah, my mortgage has gone up over the last couple of years just because homeowners insurances have gone up, and I have those in escrow, so that does impact my monthly mortgage payment. But that's totally fine. The rent increase totally widens that spread for me as far as monthly cash flow going forward. So as soon as I know more on that, I'll of course share that with you guys, but something to look forward to. And I finally got a freaking update on my pension cash out. In fact, I finally got it this morning. So I got emails last week saying, oh, you'll have it by the end of the year. Naturally, they wanted to get that out to me before the end of the year so I could pay taxes on it for 2023. I knew the balance was going to be roughly $16,000. Well, no, the full account balance was over $20,000, but with taxes, my payout would be somewhere over $16,000. And it came in at $16,579.38. So I had it direct deposited into my real estate savings account, which is not something I normally talk about. I'm just letting that grow in the background while I am property shopping for my next rental property in the form of a house hack for me to live in as well. So I'll talk more about that in the 2023 recap and 2024 going forward video, where I cover all of my final account balances. That's a very big impact to my current savings, so we'll cover it. But finally, I've been working on cashing out that damn pension since this middle of summer, so maybe even springtime, doesn't matter. It's finally here, which makes me feel better about house shopping. That's just more cushion I have for down payment and surprise expenses that come with buying a home, of course. Wow, so let's talk about student loan savings. That's certainly been the thing I've been saving for several months now. So last week, we left off with $33,720 saved for student loans. If you are new here, I am attempting to save up the full balance that I owe on my federal student loans, which is $178,209. which is a ridiculous amount of money to try to save up in cash. But we're just letting things shake out in the world of student loans. There's still so much going on as far as like the White House and their legislation and how to handle student loans. There's still tons of relief going out to certain borrowers for certain things. I'm not in that category yet, so I don't know. But now that I'm on this save program that I used to be excited about, and I'm just making interest-only payments, my balance is not going down. I'm just kind of riding that for a while and saving up in the interim to figure out how to best financially handle my federal student loans. They are, other than rental property mortgage, they are the only debt I have left. Thank God. It's going to be a long haul, so there's no easy fix to this student loan situation, but we're doing the best we can. So like I said, last week, $33,720 saved up so far. Now, my first money move that I have for student loans comes in the form of a YouTube super thanks. He doesn't like me to talk about him too much, but thank you so much, Matt, for your super thanks contribution to my financial journey. I don't get paid out from super thanks through YouTube until YouTube pays out on the 21st of each month, so that'll get paid out January 21st. So that'll come later, but that ultimately will go to my student loan savings as well. So I'm not directly adding it in here yet. So thank you so much, Matt, for your encouragement and support along the way. That means a lot. And then on the 1st, I got a PayPal notification that Mark had sent me $24, and he said, "Happy New Year, Rachel." Thank you so much, Mark. You guys know week after week, Mark is a huge supporter of my financial journey, and I appreciate that. So I have requested that transfer over to my student loan savings. So that $24 will be added. And then, of course, on the 1st, you wake up and check your bank account and see how much interest your high yield savings account accrued, right, y'all? I hope you're using a high yield savings account to hold any cash for emergency funds or sinking funds or whatever. But my account is currently sitting at 4.6% APY. That's with SoFi. There are talks of federal rate changes, so that may fluctuate. But for right now, that brought me in $132 in extra account interest that just grew by my money sitting there. It's not counteracting inflation by any means, but it's certainly helping. So that's $33,720 plus $24 plus $132, $33,876. We're getting there. Almost 20% of the way there. And I'm still going to make a debt tracker. I need to do that. You know, one of the things you like color off as you go. Those are fun for me as I continue to tackle this balance. Now let's talk about this beanbag. So I've never been an adult beanbag person. I can't get over the childhood thoughts of the little beans all over the place. And plus, they were always that like plasticky pleather crap. No, they're a little bit different nowadays. There's no beans in here. It's filled with foam. Let's start with why I got this thing. So sad realization, guys. The couch that I bought earlier this year just doesn't agree with my back. And that sucks. Unfortunately, I know I have a twisty, curvy spine, and I have ribs that are fused together in ways that they shouldn't be. So chronic back pain is something that I just have come to accept. But this couch just exacerbates it all the time, and it sucks. I tried to give it a lot of time because I thought at first, well, it just needs to like break in and get used to people sitting on it, and just wasn't getting any better. So I've just come to the sad realization that this beautiful couch that I bought, that I had such high hopes for, is not okay with my back. Something about the structure of the cushions and the back, it's not jiving with me. And it becomes really noticeable when you go to other people's homes and sit on their furniture for a minute, and you're just like, wow, this is actually nice. So now, I'm not saying this beanbag was the solution to that. By any means, these are not necessarily posture friendly, but since I am planning to move, I thought it makes most sense to sell this couch now so I don't have to pay to move it or deal with the headache of moving an additional couch as well, and just get something like this as interim seating, and then I can have this going forward to put in front of a sunny window and have a great place to read a book or something in the future. That sounds lovely. So here we are. Now this is one of the corduroy brand Nest models. So it's got this like back pillow. I'm sitting like 3 feet off the ground. This thing is huge, and it's a queen size, so it unzips and the inside folds out into or unfolds into a queen size bed. It's not like a normal mattress, obviously. It's just like bits of foam in there. But anyway, these suckers retail $430. So no, I would never pay full price for this sucker. But the other night I got on Facebook Marketplace, and it was the first thing that popped up. And of course, it's in my favorite furniture color. A boring ass beige. I just like scooped. I was like, is this available? She said, yes. I'm in the car. I'm on my way. $75. What? Plus, I get there and they're like, oh, we have an additional cover as well. Okay, not really my color, but the additional covers are another $150. Excuse me? No. $575 worth of things for $75. That's my kind of bargain. Now, it was interesting. It took the lady I bought it from, her husband, and myself, all three of us, to shove this thing into the back of my car. This is way bigger than I thought it would be, so it was hilarious. And they were like, you got someone to help you when you get home, right? And I was like, oh yeah. Spent about a half hour sweating trying to get this thing back out of my car in my door without setting it on the wet ground, and then sausage this beast up my narrow ass stairwell up to my apartment. Here we are. $75, Facebook Marketplace. Anyway, she's not perfect. The cats love it though. And now I don't just like spending money because I saw something used on Facebook Marketplace that was a good deal. I was intentionally looking for an alternative to use as temporary seating so I can sell my couch, move, and then reassess, reevaluate, and find a couch that's gonna work for me in a new living situation. But shopping used, secondhand, finding things that someone else no longer needs is absolutely a principle that fits into what I want to lean more into for 2024 as far as personal goals go. I very much want to foster an anti-consumeristic lifestyle, which I feel like I'm pretty good at, but I could be better. And so on the personal side, I'm trying to spend less and just generally consume things less, but also continue to always check secondhand, used, whatever first, in an attempt to not only save me money, but also just promote less waste in the economy as a whole. And I've talked a bit about how I'm going to focus my channel even a bit more on some of my personal pursuits, like shopping locally, shopping sustainably, particularly when it comes to food. I want to shop locally, seasonally. I want to know where my food's coming from to the extent possible. So I'm going to make a little bit of a personal goals video as well for anyone who might be interested. I know we're keeping it financial focused over here. Always, always, always will be at the core financial focused. But I think it's important for me this year. I want to start bringing more of me into the equation as well, and the other things that I care about for those who give a hootenanny. So stay tuned for that kind of thing if you're interested. I'm also looking forward to diving into a financial reset, reframing, regrouping, reassessing where I'm at financially, and going through my monthly budget and see what's working for me, what I want to change for 2024, and I'll be sharing all of that with you guys as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Always let me know down in the comments what money moves you guys made towards your financial future, and I will see you very soon. Bye.